Hello friends, it's Kristine Vicente with Queen City Stamp Art, and today I'm kicking off the 12 Days of Christmas card series with card number 1. But before I get started on that, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. So for the 12 Days of Christmas card series, one of the fun things that I do is I create a PDF for each of the cards that has a recipe for making the card. So it includes the supplies you need, the dimensions to cut, and the step-by-step directions for putting the card together, so you can reference it at a later date. So if you like any of the cards, I really recommend you at least download the PDF so that you have the dimensions to recreate the card later, because a lot of these cards, they're going to make beautiful Christmas cards, but they'd also be great for birthday cards or any other occasion that you need. So today, for example, we're going to be using Evergreen Elegance to create a fun fold card. And this is going to be a beautiful Christmas card, but it would also make a great all-occasion card if you use different supplies. So just an idea, but I wanted to put that out there because these PDFs will be available each day when the new card is posted. So you can go over to queencitystampart.com and check out the blog tab. And on that tab, you'll see the picture of the card. You go into that post and you'll be able to download the link. You'll go to the link and download the PDF. So I just wanted to let you know that. Also, I've set up a special host code for this particular series. So if you feel inspired to make your own Christmas cards and you need any supplies, if you use this particular host code, which I'll also put in the description of the video, so you don't have to jot it down if you don't have a pen, but this will be in the video description. If you use that code, you'll get a little surprise happy mail from me later this month. So I just wanted to give a little gift to anybody who places an order during my series. So now that all the housekeeping is done, let's move on to making the card. So as I said, we're going to be using Evergreen Elegance, and I thought it was appropriate to kick off the series because I am putting a special focus on this bundle for the month of November. I love this bundle. I think it's really versatile. I love any bundle that has trees because I feel like trees make such great sympathy cards and masculine birthday cards in addition to Christmas. So we're going to be using it today to make a fun Christmas card. So let's get started. I'm going to leave most of the dimension information on the PDF tutorial if you're interested, but I will say that this little fun fold is, you would start with a piece of cardstock that measures 7 by 4 1/4, and you would score it. You'd lay it on your trimmer this way and score it at 5 1/2. So put 5 1/2 on this edge and then score it, and you're left with about 1.5 inches. So this little flap is what makes the top of the fun fold. So we're going to take some designer series paper strips that I've cut. This is a great way to use up some of your smaller pieces of designer series paper. And we're just going to put some adhesive on this and stick it to the flap as like a little layer. So this little layer panel is a little bit smaller. And then we're going to take the other little piece, same size, and we're going to add it to this little extra piece that I've cut that also makes up part of the base card. Well, this little piece is a bit too long. There we go. And then we're going to set these aside for a minute while we do some stamping. So we're going to take the Evening Evergreen ink pad, and I've cut 2 panels that match the same size. These are the largest scalloped rectangle from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. And we're going to take the tall skinny tree from the stamp set, and we're going to ink that up, and we're going to stamp it twice without re-inking. So we're going to stamp it once, then we're going to stamp it again, and then we're going to ink it up and stamp it a 3rd time like that. So what we've done is we've created this little forest here. And then we're going to take the Cherry Cobbler ink pad and the sentiment, or one of the sentiments from the set. And I have a little strip of Sahara sand, and I'm going to just stamp the sentiment on there like that. And then I'm going to take my scissors and trim the edge at an angle like this. And then we're going to finish putting the card together. So we'll bring in the card base, And what we're going to do is we're going to take this little piece and we're going to line it up with the bottom of the card. Nice and square there. Then we're going to put some adhesive on the back of this panel at the bottom and at the top. And then I'm going to lay this flap down, make sure this is square, and I'm going to make sure that this is centered on my panel here like this. And then stick, whoops, that wiggled it just a tiny bit. There we go, just like that. And that's how it attaches. And then this becomes the connector piece from these two pieces. So you have this really cool kind of fun fold. Then for the inside of the card, I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this one, this blank one. And I'm going to line it up with the inside of the card, and I'm just going to line it up with the scallops from side to side. And then we're going to lay this down like that. And now the inside of the card lines up with the outside, so you can't see those scallops. So then we're going to finish this off by adding the sentiment panel with a little bit of dimensional adhesive. Just like this. And we'll just add this here. And I'm going to cover up some of the trees on the bottom. Oops. Just make sure this is nice and square like that. And then we're going to add some of these wonderful gems to embellish. So I think I'll take a couple of the bigger ones in the red and just put them both side by side here on that little panel like this. And that kind of really draws the eye. And that's the finished card. So you could also stamp a sentiment on the inside or another tree if you wanted to dress that up. And of course, I would definitely stamp some trees on the envelope to finish that off. But what a fun card, right? Really cute. And again, this is a great way to use up some of your designer series paper strips or little scraps that you might have, because it doesn't take a lot to make that card. So I hope you enjoyed the card for today. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.